Digest presents.
In 1917, as America grappled with the horrors of World War I, another battle was unfolding on its own soil. This was a fight for democracy, not in the trenches of Europe, but on the streets of Washington, D.C., led by the National Woman's Party. Spearheaded by suffragists like Alice Paul and Lucy Burns, the party demanded a fundamental right denied to half of the American population, the right to vote. Every day, rain or shine, the Silent Sentinels stood vigil outside the White House. Their banners called out President Woodrow Wilson, questioning his commitment to democracy. Messages like, "Mr. President, how long must women wait for liberty?" captured the attention of passers-by and the media. But with the United States' entry into World War I, their peaceful protest was seen by some as a threat to national unity. Public opinion turned hostile. Many viewed the suffragists as unpatriotic, attacking them both verbally and physically. The government also moved to suppress the movement. From June 1917 onward, over 150 women were arrested under the guise of obstructing traffic. But their real crime was demanding equality. Those arrested were sent to Occoquan Workhouse, where they faced brutal conditions. The women, many of whom were educated and well-to-do, were now subjected to the same treatment as common criminals. They endured overcrowded cells, unsanitary conditions, and violent treatment from guards. In protest, many went on hunger strikes, demanding recognition as political prisoners. The government's response was severe. Force feedings, a torturous procedure meant to break their spirits. But the suffragists, led by Alice Paul, were undeterred. They saw their imprisonment as a badge of honor and an indictment of a government that preached democracy abroad while denying it at home. The harsh treatment of these women sparked public outrage. Newspapers began to cover their plight more sympathetically, and the tide of public opinion started to shift in their favor. By 1918, under immense pressure, President Wilson was compelled to change his stance. He endorsed the suffrage amendment, arguing it was vital for national unity during the war. He framed it as a measure of justice, declaring, "We have made partners of the women in this war. Shall we admit them only to a partnership of suffering and sacrifice, and not to a partnership of privilege and right?" The relentless efforts of the National Woman's Party and the Silent Sentinels culminated in the passage of the 19th Amendment in 1920, granting women the right to vote. This victory was hard-won, the result of years of sacrifice, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in justice. It wasn't just a win for women, it was a victory for democracy itself. The legacy of these brave women lives on today. Their struggle paved the way for future generations to fight for equality and justice. The right to vote, hard fought and won, reminds us that democracy is a living, breathing process, one that requires constant vigilance and action. As we look back on the efforts of the National Woman's Party, we are reminded of the power of peaceful protest and the enduring quest for a more just society. The journey for equality continues, inspired by those who refused to accept a world where half the population was voiceless. The Silent Sentinels' fight for suffrage remains a cornerstone of American history, a testament to the strength and resilience of women who dared to demand their place in democracy. For more great moments in American history, please follow us at Red Blue Digest on all platforms.